back to Framations. I have a very special guest today. We have Miss Missouri Senior America, Carolyn Schlueter for 2021.
Yes.
That's congratulations. Do you have your wave perfected?
Yes, I hope so. We did the parade in McFarland
Oh, yeah?
for the 4th of July, so I've got a little practice on that. That was
That's
fun.
awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not only is she Miss Missouri Senior America for 2021, but she's also a very award-winning accredited photographer. Like Carolyn does it all, and you play the piano. She's so talented. She's so talented. So this might be a really long chat because, like, Carolyn and I could sit here and probably chat for the next 3 years and still not get caught up.
Not quite that long.
Well, we'd have to take a break every once in a while.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she brought me my favorite coffee.
I had one too.
There is nothing like a sugar-free vanilla iced coffee from McDonald's.
That's right.
I mean, Starbucks is good, don't get me wrong, but it's half the price and it's just as good. Cheers. Coffee break.
Yes.
So, Carolyn, you won 3rd place in the All Things Wild show. Congratulations.
Thank you.
By the way, I have a check for you, so
Oh.
don't let me forget to give that to
Even
you.
better, made the
I
trip
know.
very worthwhile today.
First, second, and third, get a little pocket change going there. So,
Thank you, appreciate
yeah.
that.
I have lost count how many awards you have won.
Oh gosh, I have no
Do
idea.
you have any idea?
I have no idea. I don't keep track.
I know. It seems like every time I turn around, first place here, second place there, third place there, first place there, best of show, like, and now a crown. Love
It's
it.
exciting. Life is great right now.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about our 3rd place winner. What's the title on it?
I think I originally titled it "Who's Watching Who," because it was just one of those moments. And usually, photos are very hard to get a picture of because once they sense you're nearby or too close to plump,
Oh yeah,
they're in the water and
they're gone. Yeah.
And this little guy just was languidly posing there.
Where were you at?
In a pond. It was near a pond in the private property.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a pond, yeah. But I was able to capture the moment.
Well, he's very sweet. Like, it's really hard to get, 1, to get a frog, 2, to get him actually looking at you and looking at the camera. And he's half in the water and half out. It's like, well, not quite, just sticking his head out. It's a really awesome photo.
I've got his picture of his eyeball and the reflection in the water.
Oh, yeah.
It's in there too.
Definitely. It's just absolutely wonderful piece. And we have our beautiful hummingbird. Tell us a little bit about this piece, Karen.
I was very lucky to get this one too, because it's hard to get a hummingbird in the wild, this natural
Oh, yeah.
habitat. And he was just flying in for lunch, and I was in the right place at the right time, had the right camera settings, thank goodness, and it happened.
Oh, it's great. And you, like, his little wings are even at, like, perfect right angles to his beak, or, like,
Oh, yes,
like
I
not
am.
right angles, like parallel with his beak. It's great.
Oh.
It's like really nice composition.
Thank you. I never noticed that before. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
She's got
Anybody
a
ever
good
wants a
eye.
critique of their work, I'm like,
Amy is the one, yes. She is a fantastic guy and a fantastic framer to hang all these pictures in the show. I mean, they're just like perfect,
well, I can't.
height-wise, and everything is straight across. It's amazing.
Hanging the show is one thing. We didn't frame everything in the show. Usually artists frame their own work and bring it in for the shows. Some of them have those frame things, but not all of them.
Yeah, but you do a
But
great
as far
job.
as hanging goes, yeah, I'm up and down that ladder. I get my little, you can't tell from how, heavy I am, but like, I get a total workout on the legs going up and down the ladder 100 times.
Yes, I
hanging the
believe
shows.
it. I
Yeah.
believe it.
So here's our
Snake lady.
doubly wild thing, because you've got the snake woman with the snake. So not only is it a wild snake, but it's a wild woman probably hanging out with the snake.
Yes. I wasn't sure if this would fit the critique of the show because, it was basically nature. But anyhow, I was at the studio 358 and we were doing a shoot with, snakes. He had brought a snake in and
How do you get a setup for the studio to shoot with snakes? Like, who do you contact for that?
Ed Trimmer.
Really?
Yeah.
And And he'll just come out to your place with snakes?
No, you go to his place, to his studio.
Okay.
It's on the Rock Road, Studio 358, and it's just, we shoot for like 2 hours, in the evening, on a Thursday evening, and he brought this beautiful snake in, and this woman, she was just perfect for it.
Now, does she hang out there and do modeling with
She's
snakes
one
all
of
the
the- one of the
time, or did
models.
you bring her with you?
No, she was one of the models that was there. She's probably about 6 foot, 6'2", very trim and statuesque, as you can see, and just the perfect person to be holding this snake, and she was completely at ease with it.
Oh, I would be running for the hills.
I would not have been.
We had, the river is only a block away from us. So I was at work one day and I came in and one of our pedestals, and it was a fun show, so we had a lot of three-dimensional work in it. I reached over and I'm like, oh, I don't remember that art being there. And it was this snake that was curled around one of our pedestal legs towards the top. And I thought it was part of the piece, and I went to touch it and it moved. You have never seen somebody scream and run out of a store so fast in my entire life.
I can imagine.
It was terrifying.
Yes.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yes.
Now, I do have to say, this snake, like in my mind, the snake is this big and it's this wide. It was really maybe the size of my pinky,
It's okay, it's still a
and maybe this
snake.
big. But still, every time I tell the story, the snake gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
And you can do that. You can say that.
I went running out of the store and I'm like, I need somebody to come help me get rid of a snake. And I'm like screaming up and down the street, and people on Main Street are like, you're nuts. And bartender across the street over at, I think it was Rumple's at the time, she comes over and she's like, oh, I'll help you get rid of the snake. And she came over, picked up the snake, took it down to the river, and I'm like, you're my hero. I'm like,
Wow, what a
"I
woman."
know, I know. It was amazing. It was really nice. I'm like, good neighbors are,
Yes,
you
yes.
need them to come get your snakes
Yes,
for
you do.
And we have a fourth piece that made it into the show that you have here.
Yeah, I feel honored. 4 of them were juried into the show.
I know.
That's a winner right there, in my opinion,
Oh,
to get
yeah.
juried into the show.
Well, our shows are juried, so entry doesn't necessarily mean you make it in.
That's right.
But, the judge has to select from the pieces that were entered what makes it into the show. So Carolyn managed to, you can enter up to 4. She entered 4 and managed to get 4 in.
That's an honor. Yes.
Yeah, sometimes you enter 4 and you don't get any in.
That's true. That's true.
So tell us about this piece here.
This is a beautiful white heron, and it was taken at the rookery. There's a rookery in St. Louis. It's around Washington and something around 2000 block of Washington. Yeah, it's through Washington University, I believe, and there were a couple of hundred herons that day just flying around and building their nests and just chattering away, and I happened to capture this one in flight, and it's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites.
Yeah. So tell us about the Miss Missouri 21. I mean, Miss Missouri Senior America 2021. I have to say it right.
Yeah, me too. I was always saying Miss Senior America, but it's Miss Missouri Senior America 2021. I was first runner-up in my first ever pageant in 2019, and we had the ceremony at the Florissant Civic Center, and it's very, very elaborate. It's like 2 hours.
I watched it. I watched the
Yeah.
YouTube version of
Did
it.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, so it's a big production, and I was lucky enough to get first runner-up. I just went in to have fun, and can I talk about Virginia?
Oh yeah, totally.
This is, at the time, Virginia, my friend Virginia Leitner, she was 105 years old. She competed in the pageant in 2018 with her artwork, and she said, Carolyn, I didn't win, but I got the most applause. Anyhow, she's the one that finally talked me into being a contestant, and I'm so glad she did. I just went in for the fun of it, and look what's happened.
Oh, I know.
Didn't expect anything like this.
Yeah. So congratulations. And
Thank you.
We were talking earlier, and you said you were just interviewed for the Nationals, correct?
Yes, I found out I got a promotion. All the queens from all the states, the national people decided that, 2 years was enough for one person to be queen. It was time to kind of move on and everything. And because of COVID, we didn't have a live pageant. So the National Senior America people decided to have it virtual. So we have a virtual competition this year. And all the first runners-up got a promotion to queen. So that's how I wound up like this.
All right.
And so I was interviewed yesterday by the National Senior America judges on Zoom, and that was fun.
Wow. So
Yeah.
when do you find out about the nationals?
August 22nd is when they're going to, have the awards and so forth and announce the winners.
All right.
So there's a lot of tough competition, but it's been a fun ride, and however it turns out, I'm happy.
Now, what I know you've gone to ride in a parade. Have you gone to do anything else for your duties yet?
Let's see. I'm going to be on the radio station KTRS, which I believe is
Okay, yeah, the big 550.
Yeah, the big
Who are you going to
550.
be on with? McGraw? Millhaven?
The elder group. Elder group. Jill, I can't remember her last name, Jill, and a lawyer. That they do the elder session. I think it's maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So
All
anyhow,
right.
August the 4th at 3:30, we're supposed to be at the studio. So I think the program starts at 4. I really don't. I have never watched it. I don't listen to radio that much
Oh,
anymore.
I'm a morning radio
Shame on me.
commuter listener, so every
Yeah.
morning I listen to the talk radio on
Yeah,
the
so
station.
it's an elder show, and they're going to feature myself and Susan Pellegrino, who's the head of the pageant. She's one of the directors. She will also be present and talk about the pageant forthcoming, which will be May 1st, 2022.
Wow.
So you have to be 60 years old. Let's see, 60 years old.
Or older.
Or older, yes.
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 60 years old or
Minimum
older.
Thank you, minimum of 60 years. There's no swimsuit competition, yay. Or I wouldn't have been in it.
I wouldn't do yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to get in a swimsuit
Yeah.
these days. But there's an evening gown competition.
Yeah,
I
there's an
remember
evening
yours
gown.
was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Really pretty.
Thank you. Yes, you have a gown walk where you're in your long gown and you walk across the stage in a programmed figure eight or whatever they decide. And then you have a philosophy of life, which is 30 seconds. And you do that at the end of your gown walk. And then there's a 2.5-minute talent show. And I played piano for that. It's a couple of moldy oldies.
Oh yeah, you did a
Yeah.
great job. You play piano all over the place though too.
Yeah.
Like I know you go out and entertain, and
Yeah,
COVID kind of put a bummer on that,
for
but
now, yeah.
but I know you before COVID you were busy with all of the performances,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty busy.
So much talent in such a little package. How does that happen?
I've been very blessed.
So not only did Carolyn come in to do this interview with me today, well, I shouldn't say interview, it's a gallery chat. It's a low key kind of just hanging out with your friends kind of chat. So Carolyn brought in some more of her artwork that's been on display here before, and many of them are award winners, like our what was it? Mysterious was the name of it.
Yes.
It got first place in one of our Beyond the Lens competitions, which are extremely tough competitions. We get usually a couple hundred entries. Judge usually only takes 80 to 90 or so, and Carolyn got first place. I mean, it's a coveted thing here in St. Louis, in St. Charles with Beyond the
Very
Lens.
prestigious.
Oh yeah. Everybody wants to win beyond the lens.
Yes, to even get one picture juried into
Yeah,
the
just
show.
to get one juried in
Wow.
is exciting.
I
Yeah.
consider that a winner just to get one picture.
Oh, yeah,
in,
but first place.
I was at a photo shoot at Ed Crim's a couple of years ago, and this lady was there. She was a hairdresser for one of the models, and she was so beautiful. And I said, "Well, can we do a quick picture of you?" And so she said, "Me?" And I said, "Yes." So I had this red shawl with me, and so we put it over her head like draped it in the picture, and this is how it turned out, and it was an award winner and got several awards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It won an award here, but it won awards in other
Camera
places
Club,
around.
St.
Camera
Louis
Club.
Camera
And
Club. Mhm.
you're in St. Louis Camera Club. Are you in any other art organizations?
Lake St. Louis Artists Guild and St. Peter's Cultural Arts Center.
All right. At one point, you were a member of Northside Art Association.
Yes,
too.
yes, that too. And Oleg.
Oak Leaf Artist Guild,
Mhm.
sadly they've closed.
Yeah, they've closed,
Yeah.
But so it's been a great ride.
Awesome.
I get a lot of mileage out when I win a picture. I keep going with it.
Now, I'm going to bring this one to the foreground here. This is beautiful. Beautiful might not be the word. It's one of those photos that just makes you go, well, I want to look more closely, like I really want to see what's going on with this person. Like you get that window into their soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was one of those pictures. And I was at the library in Clayton, and this man was standing there smoking this pipe, and just, I don't know, just something about him struck my attention, and I said, "You're very photogenic. May I take your picture?" And he said, "Sure." And he posed for me, and that's how this happened. But I call it pensive moment because it feels like a pensive moment with
Yeah.
him with the.
Seems like he's really deep in thought about
Yes,
something.
yes. So I got lucky with that one too.
Yeah, and this one won quite a few awards around
Yes.
town too, didn't it?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I love photography. I guess you can tell that.
Oh yeah. Well, Carolyn paints also, and she brought one of her paintings. I'll show that to you a little bit
Yeah,
later.
my latest painting.
Now this one, don't be shocked, it's a nude. Can you tell? All right, Carolyn, tell us about Escape.
This is another Studio 314, but I don't think they're in business anymore. But anyhow, this was my first nude body painting show that I went. Not a show, but
Photo shoot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I'm here
What
for.
would we do without it? It was my first body painting photo shoot, and the only one I'd been to. But this girl was so striking, and then I had a red cape. I love red, and it always pops when you see it in a picture.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, this photo would not be near what it could be without the red shoes and the red cape.
Yes.
I mean, that is actually what makes the photo.
Yes.
It's not the body painting, it's that cape.
Yes.
And her lipstick and the red shoes. I mean, those accents are what.
Yes, and I
Makes it pop.
painted her red fingernails on because I
Yeah.
thought she needed color, on her fingernails to go with everything.
Well, that's wonderful.
So that was a fun experience, and it got the Image of the Year in Camera Club.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. You had to be very proud.
Thank you. Yes.
Carol has accomplished a lot in her life. Like people who say you're too old to do this, or I can't do this because it's I haven't had time to learn how to talk to Carolyn. Like she just if she gets something in her head, she's gonna do it. She does it.
Yeah.
That's the way we should be in
I
life.
love piano. I love music. It's been part of my life for years. I even played oboe with the Belleville Philharmonic Orchestra for 2 years, and that
Wow.
was when
I didn't know
you
that.
Didn't know that?
I didn't know
That's one of the highlights of my musical career.
Wow.
As long as we're talking about careers, can I mention something else?
Yes, definitely.
The highlight of my working career was being executive secretary to Gussie Bush, August A. Bush Jr. And he was a wonderful man and wonderful to work for. But yes, I did learn a few new words.
Uh-oh. And they're probably words we shouldn't say on
Yes,
camera.
we should not say on camera, but he was a wonderful man, and it was a treasure having the honor, of working for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any stories you can tell us about that time period, or will it confidentiality clauses apply?
Well, I met a lot of interesting people and famous people that would come in. Jack Buck would come in all the time here.
Wow.
Harry Carey, the board members from all over the country, would have their meeting right there in his
Sure.
office. So those are the top two that I can think of at the moment, but there were more. And one of the perks that we had was, this is when baseball was going, full bore, and the World Series and everything.
Oh, baseball is always going full bore here in St. Louis. So
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Cardinals fans are Cardinals fans.
Yeah,
So.
But one of the perks that we had in the office is that we get free tickets to our passes to the Redbird Roost.
Oh, nice.
Anytime we wanted to go, you sit in the air conditioning, have a drink or refreshment or food, whatever, and enjoy the ball game.
Well, that's a nice
So that
spot
was
to
nice.
watch a game at.
Yeah, World Series tickets. We had to pay for them, of course, but we had really good seats for the
You
World Series.
probably had a lot of access to the Clydesdale Center too,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
you? And
Yes.
Grant's Farm. Now, were you shooting photography back then too?
Not that much, no.
Aren't you like kicking yourself this time
Yeah.
going,
I used to.
man, I could have had the inside scoop with the Clydesdales there.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah, it was a great part of my life.
Oh yeah. See, I've learned so much doing these little gallery chats. Like Carolyn and I have hung out a lot. Like
Yes.
It's
Years.
Yeah, years. I've known you for
Yeah.
decades now, I guess. And I still, like these gallery chats still bring out something new that I didn't know.
My bio's on the senioramerica.org. I think that's it on that website. So
Wow.
there's more about having to do with the pageant and Miss Missouri Senior America and being in the national
Miss
competition.
Missouri Senior America 2021.
2021. The class of 2021 were all Zoom. Via Zoom.
Well, tell us about this piece here, Carol.
This is a friend of mine that we grew up together, and he and his wife were at a concert that I was giving over in Illinois, because I'm from Illinois too. And I happened to snap this picture and kind of change the background a little bit so it wasn't busy, more of a portrait. And this also won very many awards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's called Ahoy, Mate.
Ahoy, mate. Or is it
Ahoy, mate.
Ahoy, matey? But remember I told you that Carolyn also does paintings. She brought in one of her paintings to show off. A little bit about this one, Carolyn?
This is brand new, and Shirley Noctrib helped me, get everything together with it. So I have to thank her for her.
Big shout out to Shirley Noctrib.
Yes, big Shirley, big shout out to Shirley.
Really big shout out to Shirley.
Really,
She's very
really
talented at
big shout.
Shout!
Thank
Out!
you, Shirley. We have fun.
Love Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
This is the rose that I received during the 2019 pageant as first runner-up. And it was so beautiful, and I took a picture of it to save the memory of it. And then all this happened with becoming queen and going into the national competition. And so I wanted to paint a picture of it. And thanks to Shirley, I had some of her help along the way. And very pleased with the way it turned out. And it felt good. I hadn't painted since 2009, so I wetted the paintbrushes,
Wow.
again. Yeah.
You painted a lot before 2009, though.
Then I got into photography in the St. Louis Camera Club, and
The painting went by the wayside for a
Yeah.
little while, but it's good to see you picking it back up. You got a lot of talent.
thank you. So anyhow, this, if you can see this card
I will do that.
is something I created just for the 2021 coronation. We didn't have a pageant this year because of COVID, so they had a lovely queen coronation. And I gave this out to all the members, and I'll leave some here at Framations if you want to pick any one up and enjoy it. It says, "Life is a gift. Embrace the moments, enjoy the ride, and may you always have an angel by your side."
Oh.
And
Well, you definitely have an angel by your
I
side.
do.
You do.
Yeah, works overtime a lot.
Yeah. Now, is there more?
I just signed with my name and Miss Senior, Miss Senior Missouri. I have some new ones made that say Miss Missouri Senior America 2021 to be proud.
I know, I always want to say Miss Senior Missouri.
Yeah, me too. So
And it's like, no, it's
it's
Missouri Senior America. So.
And then at the bottom, I said, P.S. I hope something nice happens to you today. So that's how
That's sweet.
I correlated all this together as a kind of a thank you for everything.
Well, Carolyn's got a lot of people to be thankful for. She has been through hell and back, and with all the health issues. Do you mind talking about that a little
I'm
bit?
glad to. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor, and so far everything is fine. No sign of cancer in my body at all.
That's amazing.
Since 2018, and I just kept going through it all, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. It seemed like
slow, but
every time I turned around, it's like, how much more can this woman take?
Yeah.
And like you beat it all.
Yeah.
And came back to win Miss Missouri Senior America 2021.
Yes.
So like an inspiration. Like
Yes.
when you say like you're having a bad day, think I don't have cancer. I have my health. I have this. I have that. I have that. And just say and I can overcome. Just like Carolyn, you can overcome.
Yes, just one day at a time. And when I'd be having I had 25 chemo sessions altogether, and 5 days of really high dose radiation. But as you have more chemo, it collects in your body and it gets a little tougher each week.
Oh yeah.
And when I'd be having a really bad chemo day, or I didn't even feel like getting out of bed or anything like that, I would say to myself, yay, that means the chemo's working and it's killing the cancer, and that would get me through the day with a positive. I'm a very positive thinking person, so positive attitude, faith in God, friends, family, love of friends and family, it all came together.
Now, you were telling me earlier that when they were interviewing you for nationals, that one of the questions was, what would you say to someone who just found out that they were diagnosed with cancer?
Yes, that was a question one of the judges asked me yesterday. And I think I would, first of all, I'd give them a big hug because they need it. And it's not something that you just get over 1, 2, 3. It's a shock to your system, and you have to adjust to the fact that the doctor looked you right in the eye and said, you have cancer. And everything changes, at least it did for me. My values, something I thought was so important, and it wasn't important anymore. And your values change, priorities change, and I think I would listen to what the person had to say first of all, and let them vent and talk about what their concerns are, what the main things they're concerned about, and then just be with them and hopefully be able to give them some positive thoughts along the way.
Oh yeah, the most important thing I think is just to be there for them.
Yes. And call day or night.
Yeah.
Anytime,
I mean, just to let them know you love them, you're there, and actually be there. I mean, a lot of people say, find out that somebody, has cancer, and they disappear. Because they don't know what to say, they don't know how to be. It's like, be how you were before, just, with a little extra love in there, and keep in your mind that they might be having a bad day, so, try not to,
Yeah. For some reason, one of the gifts I was given is being able to turn a negative situation into something positive when I'm talking with people, if they have cancer, say stage 1, and I can say, well, be thankful. It's great. I'm sorry you have cancer, but as long as you have it, it's great that that they caught it now at stage 1, and not when you're stage 3 or 4, because so many things can be done, to make your life whole again.
Oh yeah. But if they catch it at stage 4, it's like you just gotta,
But still, I was stage 4.
You're you still got hope. I mean, and people don't realize that you can still bounce back.
I went from stage 4 to stage 3 with the lung cancer, so
Yeah.
I'm very thankful.
And worst case, if you don't, we only get one life. You make the most
That's
of it.
right. Make
you
the
know?
most of every day. Make today count.
Yeah. Always act like today might be your last day.
Yeah.
That's the way I
Yeah.
figure your life out. You know?
So here we are today.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Yeah. You can't go back and relive the past. You got now and hopefully a little bit of future. You know,
Yes.
so
Yes.
take advantage of the now.
Yes.
All right. We're getting so serious and somber. Okay, we're going to move on to some of your other photos.
Okay.
All right, we're back and we're going to talk about running free, the photograph running free.
Yes. This was taken at my friend's, they have a 400-acre farm.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And beautiful horses, carriages and everything, the whole thing. And I happened to be there one day, and the horses run free in a certain area of the forest, as you might call it. And I was standing there, and here this horse comes running around the corner, and I'm surprised I got the picture because it took my breath away, and so but I did snap the picture, and it was just a beautiful moment. As you can see, the sun was shining through the trees for the morning light, and it was just running free in nature.
That's gorgeous.
One of my favorites.
Gorgeous. So last but not least, I have to say, this is my first memory of Carolyn's photography. She entered this in our very first Beyond the Lens, if I remember correctly. And like I see this picture and I automatically think Carolyn Schlueter, Beyond the Lens, 2000. What was it, 2007?
Something like that.
2007. Yes. And it's a great picture. Like the broken sunglasses and the rain tells a story all in and of itself, and I love it, especially as a glasses wearer. but Carolyn, you tell me your thoughts on it.
This was my very, very, very first show that I had ever done. Well, I did one at St. Peter's, but this is on a large scale. I had over 100 pictures in the show here, didn't I?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. But one of your solo
We
exhibitions.
filled up, I
that you
think, a
had.
room and a half.
Yeah.
We had wall-to-wall pictures from floor to ceiling.
I don't know, back then I wasn't taking pictures of everything in the shows, but yeah, that was a nice show.
Yes, yes. So anyhow, Amy has postcards made out for the winners to send out. And so the name of my show was Spectactular.
Spectacular.
Spectacular, yes.
Yeah.
My significant other, Don Fish, he names a lot of my pictures for me. He's just sharp as a tack, and he comes up with all these titles, and I go, well, that's perfect for this picture.
Yeah, it is.
This also has special meaning because it was my late father's eyeglasses. And I thought, it was raining one day, and I thought, well, I'm going to go out onto the blacktop, in our driveway. That could make an interesting picture. And as I was going out there, the lens fell out of his glasses. And so this is just as a result of that, how this picture turned out, and it's been an award-winning picture everywhere I've entered it.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Now this one, when I first saw it, was printed on paper and printed on photo paper and framed, mounted and framed.
Mm-hmm.
This one's printed on metal.
Yes, metal.
Yeah. And where are you having your metals printed? Who's doing your
Diversified lab.
Diversified. I just talked about Diversified in another video with somebody else. I love their quality, right?
Yeah, yes.
Like I said when I was talking to another artist, I've never seen anything bad come out of Diversified. Never. Like they always have really good quality.
All the pictures that you've seen, except for my painting today, they've all come out from Diversified.
Oh, yeah.
They do wonderful work, and
I mean, I spent 20 years in the, well, maybe not 20, 15 years in the photo finishing industry before Framations, like, well, back in the old days when we used chemicals to develop film, and we actually had film, and you didn't know what you shot till, like, you developed it, and you had to wait that whole hour, But, and I've seen a lot of printing. I've seen a lot of really good printing. I've seen a lot of really bad printing. Diversified, I've never seen anything bad come out of them.
I
Ever.
was very happy.
Very happy with their quality.
Highly recommend Diversified, and if you have any problems, talk to Rose. She will walk you right through it, and she's just a wonderful lady that works there.
Yeah.
And Paul, everybody's.
Here we are. I've been plugging Diversified left and right this week. So.
Well, you deserve it.
We don't have anything to do with them. I just really like their work.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard so many people say that they, know, I've sent a lot of people to Diversify when they say, where can I get my prints done and get decent quality? I said, take it to Diversify.
Yeah, Diversify.
You know, so I hope, if you're listening over there, I'm sending business your way.
They're on
All the
Larson
time.
Road, right up a valley, right up a page.
Well, Carolyn, it's been a lot of fun chatting with you.
Thank you.
Now, you gotta, we've been chatting a long time, so, but
We're chatting.
is there anything that, like, you really want to let everybody know?
Just stay well and enjoy your life and have a good day.
Okay, so we're gonna exit this video now. Now tell me, how do I do the wave? Is it
I think it's like
Oh, it's
that.
like this?
Very slow, yes.
very slow back and forth?
Yes.
I don't do it nearly as well as you do, so.
I'm still practicing.
You're still practicing?
I don't think you want to go like that.
I know it's not like bye.
Slow wave.
Slow wave back and forth. now does the elbow move or does the elbow stay?
I'm not sure.
I think the elbow stays.
Elbow stays?
Elbow stays.
We're going to do an elbow stay.
An elbow stay. All right. So let me know. Do you think I'm getting it down? I can't be a master like
I think you're doing just
Miss
great.
Missouri Senior America
yes.
2021. So I learned it like this when I was younger. Like they were like,
Yeah.
just did this. It's
Yeah.
like I don't think that's quite right. I like your way better.
Okay,
So
thank you.
thank you. Enjoy art. It's been great chatting with you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.